Are you wondering what engineers do? Well, in this video, we are looking at the key activities of engineers. Hey, I'm Hayley Loren. If this is your very first time here, I provide lots of tips, help and advice about engineering and becoming an engineer. I also do really cool interviews with lots of awesome people, and I just generally do engineering stuff. So if that sounds good, then remember to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button that's underneath this video, along with the bell that's right next to it. Engineers are pretty awesome because they use creativity and science in order to solve real world problems. But what do they actually do? If you want an in-depth explanation of what engineering actually is, then you can check out my video, What Does Engineering Mean? So what do engineers do? Let's look at the main activities. Number one, dream. Yes, dreaming is so important. Most engineers tend to have a fundamental belief inside them that they can make change and that they can help. And this is what drives us through the pain of university and getting a master's and everything else, and all of those long hours of hitting your head against the desk because it's like midnight and you've been revising for so long. That is all worth it because we have a belief that we can actually improve and help. And for me, that has been to do with renewable energy, and I'm so passionate about renewables and the environment, and that is what drove me forward. Number two, create. Engineers use their creativity and innovation in order to produce this amazing technology, software and systems which changes our lives. Number three, analyze and design. We all know that engineers use science and maths in order to design these amazing systems, software and technology. And they are highly analytical as well. So it is good to have a really good understanding of maths and science, and depending on what sector, what area of engineering you're going in will determine which areas of science you might use more. So if you're going to be doing biochemical engineering, then you're going to be using a lot of biology and chemistry as well. If you're kind of interested in the design and analysis and wondering how much maths and things is actually involved, then let me know because I can do another video on this. 4, build. Yes. Did you like Lego when you were younger? Because engineering is basically like an epically sized piece of Lego, or lots of bits of Lego, but just awesome Lego. So engineering merges with construction, and it's so important because we need to make sure as engineers that everything that we've designed is put together and built and fabricated in exactly the right way so that it works and it actually fulfills its purpose. Because if it's not built properly, then all of those years are kind of wasted, and you waste a load of money to go with it as well. So a lot of engineers go on to specialize in the construction process, in that part of fitting everything together. And they don't tend to do the hardcore analysis and the design bit as much. So depending on your personality and what you're actually interested in will really determine the areas that you might end up in. Number 5. So we have designed and analysed a solution, and we've actually had it built. It's now there, it exists, and people are going around and they're using it. Well, that's great. We can just like leave it now, right? I mean, that's it. No, you can't just leave it, because if you leave it, then it could break. Things break all the time, right? So what's really important is that when you've actually designed and you built something and people are using it, that you maintain it. You have to keep it going, because otherwise people are going to be wasting that money and they're going to get very unhappy and they're going to complain, and then you're going to get unhappy, and it's just this downward spiral. Great. So with maintaining the technology, software and systems that you've built could take years, because you designed something to a particular lifetime. So you have to maintain it over that lifetime. So I think we've probably all experienced having laptop updates and mobile phone updates, and you're sitting there and it's taking like half an hour, but that is helping the software and making sure that it continuously works effectively to help you. That's the whole purpose. Number 6. So just imagine you've got a team of people and they're all trying to design a rocket, and they're all specialists in different areas, and they decide not to talk to each other because they've all got their own separate ideas. So they go off and they do their own thing in separate directions, and then they come back and they go to build it, and then they're like, it doesn't work. It doesn't all fit together. Communication is so important because you've got people working together. You can't just have one engineer working on one project. Well, you could, and people do that, but they tend to be a bit smaller. You need a team if you're going to really accomplish something that's quite groundbreaking. On a day-to-day basis, as engineers, we communicate with all of the different specialists, all of the different people, and it's so important that there are actually communication roles or roles that are based around ensuring that people are communicating within engineering. I hope that you now know that engineering, or if you didn't know before, isn't just about being really good at maths and physics. There's a whole load of things to it as well, and it is so creative, and it's really based around innovation and communication as well. So what I want to know from you is, what were your previous assumptions about what engineers actually do? And has this video changed your perspective at all? Let me know in the comments, because I would really love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do subscribe. Click the button that's underneath this video along with the bell. I produce videos every single week, every Wednesday. So if you want to see more of me, do subscribe. And I will see you next Wednesday.